Hey geometry students, so you do have a test on 6-1 through 6-3 tomorrow, which is Monday, January 22nd. So I'm going to make this review video in hopes that it helps you go over your answers to your study guide and prepare for your test. So in numbers 1 through 3, you have to find the sum of all the angles, which is the sum. You have to find one angle, which is right here, of the interior, and then you have to find one exterior. So I know it doesn't say 1 and 1, but it does in the instructions. So round to the nearest tenth if necessary. Well, remember your sum is always found doing n minus 2 times 180. So when you plug in 5, because a pentagon is 5, you get 5 minus 2, which is 3, times 180 is 540. So that's the sum of the interior. Okay, so I probably should have put sum of interior there. Okay, well then now, to find one interior, you divide it by 5, and you get 108. Okay, always remember the sum of the exterior is 360. So in order to just find one, like I said in the instructions, one of the exterior, you take 360 and you divide it by 5, and you get 72. So the ones in pink are your answers. Same for number 2. To find the sum of the interior, you take 12 minus 2 times 180, gives you 1800. To find one interior, divide 1800 by 12. And then to find one exterior, you take 360 and divide it by 12. Same for 3. 31 minus 2 times 180 gives you 5,220. Divide 5,220 by 31 to get one interior, and you get 168 and 4/10. 168 and 4/10. Then to find one exterior, start with 360 because our sum of the exterior is always 360, and divide that by 31 and you will get 11.6. Okay, 4 and 5. You're given one interior angle. We want to find the number of sides. So that's where we always take the degree that we're given, put it beside n, and set it equal to the sum. The most important thing right here is to make sure you distribute that 180 to both n and -2. And then you subtract 180, and you get 165n minus 180n, which gives you -15. Divide -15 by both sides. Negative divided by negative is a positive, so it had 24 sides. Same thing. Same exact process. The only thing that changes is your 135 and your 165. Okay, this is the process when you're given one angle and you have to find n. So then I would distribute, subtract your 180, so you get -45n equals -360. Divide by -45 and you get n equals 8. Okay, number 6 is what we did a lot on Friday. So you have to find the value of each interior angle. Well, this is not a parallelogram, and it's not even a quadrilateral. It is a pentagon. So you have to find the sum of all of the interior angles of the pentagon, which is 5 minus 2 times 180. So that's what you set it equal to. A pentagon's interior angles all equal 540 degrees. So then I added all of these up. Add all your x's. 5 plus 3 plus 8 plus 4 plus 5. And I got 25x. And then you have to add up your numbers that don't have an x. You can't add them together because you can't combine a number with an x with a number without an x. So add all the other numbers, 2, 5, 8, 10, and 15. And I got 40. So I subtracted 40, got 500, divide 500 by 25, and you get x equals 20. But then you have to plug in 20 and find angle A, B, C, D, and E. So I just take this x and plug it in. And that's what your angle measure should be. Okay, 7. Here's the thing. 7 is dealing with exterior angles. I don't even have to count the number of sides. because the sum of the exterior, doesn't even matter the polygon, is always 360. Okay, so set it all equal to 360, add your x's. 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2 should get 8. Add your numbers. 2, 5, 1. Subtract your 8, divide by 8, and you got x equals 44. That's all you needed to do on this one. Just find the value of x. In 8 through 12, it's a parallelogram. So remember all your properties of a parallelogram. I'm going to draw them right here. We know that these two sides are congruent and parallel. These two sides are parallel and congruent. Your opposite angles are congruent. Consecutive angles have to equal 180. And then your diagonals, they bisect each other. So whatever this side is, it's the same as this. And whatever this is the same. Okay, so first thing I did was I labeled everything they gave us. GE is 4, GT is 6, and the measure of TGE, which is this whole angle, is 120, and RE is 5. Okay, so based on here, we could just not even worry about what it's asking and fill in everything we know. Well, if this is 4, so is this. If this side, GT, is 6, so is this side. If RE is 5, so is this side. If this angle is 120, this whole angle is also 120. And remember, our consecutive angles have to equal 180. So if this is 20 and these two together have to be 180, that means this whole angle has to be 60. And that also makes this angle 60. So now let's go and ask and answer the questions. What is the measure of EMT? Well, we just did that. It's 120. Okay, and then we have GEM, which is 60, GEM. TM is this side right here, and it's 4. EM is right here, and if this is 6, so is this. And then TR is 5, because this is 5 and this is 5. Okay? All right, to the back. Okay, it's a parallelogram. So again, remember everything you know. So let's just start filling stuff in. If measure of TQR, that's right here. Okay, that's 10x plus 35. And the measure of QTS, remember always to go with the angle that's in the middle. Okay, so T, that's this angle. And it's 5x plus 25. Well, how do I solve for x? These two are consecutive angles, so they have to add together to equal 180, which is exactly what I did right here. So add your x's. 10 plus 5 is 15. Add your numbers. 35 and 25 is 60. Subtract 60, you get 120. Divide by 15, you get x equals 8. However, it says find x and QTS. So you just have to take this 8 and plug it right here. So 8 times 5 is 40, plus 25 is 65. Okay, now I'm going to erase this because I want to start working for the next problem. And I like to start with a clean slate. Okay, 14. If WT, that's right here, is 3x plus 6, and TR, okay, is 4x plus 18. Now remember, TR was the whole diagonal. WT is just half. So if this right here is 3x plus 6, this is also 3x plus 6. And in order to set these equal to each other, we have to take the whole diagonal, which is 4x plus 18, and set it equal to both of these halves. So 3x plus 3x is 6x. 6 plus 6 is 12. So set them equal, and I got x equals 3. Plug it back into TR to get TR equals 30. All right, number 15. QR, that's this one, and TS, that's this one. Well, property of a parallelogram, we know that these two are the same. So just set them equal, solve for x to get 20, and then plug it back in to find TS. Okay, 16 through 19 are tests. Go over your 6.3 notes to go over the 5 tests for parallelograms. Okay, 16 does pass the test because one pair of sides are parallel and congruent. 17 does not pass. In order for it to pass, these two have to be the same and these two have to be the same. You see the difference? It's saying that this is congruent to this, and that's not true. This is congruent to this, and it has a different amount of dashes, so that is not true. It does not pass the test. Okay, 18. Well, here's the deal. Let's just say we did know this was 160 degrees, okay? 160 plus 30 is 190, and we know that in parallelograms, they have to equal 180. So no, this does not pass because the angle would have to be 160 and they don't add up to 360, which in the first place, this wouldn't pass because we don't know what this angle is. They're not telling us what it is. So regardless, the answer is no. 19, does it pass? Well, one test is that opposite sides are congruent. So, because we know this is 7 and 7, 8 and 8, both pairs are congruent, it passes. Okay, number 20. Determine whether this quadrilateral is a parallelogram using the slope formula. So the first thing I did is I went and plotted all these points. So 3, 5, 1, negative 2, negative 6, positive 2, and negative 4, up 7. Okay, so I started off by counting the rise over run of these two sides right here. So I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as the run over 2. So the slope was 7/2. Okay, and then I went over here and counted this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, a rise of 5 and a run of 2. Well, I don't even have to go any further because in order for it to be a parallelogram, these two sides have to be parallel. And we know that if the slopes are different, they are not parallel. So quadrilateral VWXY is not a parallelogram because opposite sides are not parallel. And guys, I don't even have to do the other side. I don't have to count it because they both have to be parallel. So if you count one set of sides and they're not parallel, you're good to go. Alright, so that is your review from your study guide. If you have questions, please come see me during zero period, and please, please, please study your properties, your tests for parallelograms, know the sum of the exterior, n minus 2 times 180, and make sure you know all the names of polygons. What's a pentagon, a hexagon, heptagon, octagon, nonagon. Okay? I wish you the very best. Good luck.